I just got fired. And what's crazy is that I gave them a 2-month notice, 8 weeks exactly. I gave them an 8-week notice, and I went into the office today for a meeting that usually happens this time, and the director of the organization was waiting, and I was like, oh, you're using this meeting room? She said, no, your meeting is with me. And they gave me some crazy, untrue reason. But we know I had already given them notice. It's documented. So I don't really know how I feel though. What I don't like is being blindsided, but I was already going, and I knew that, they knew that, and the reason why I was already going is really the most important thing. You know when you just outgrow a box? You just outgrow a box. That's just really what it comes down to. I just outgrew that box. I never really fit in the box in the first place. I've been a business owner for a number of years, and not the same business and not always successful, but the current business that I have is becoming more successful. And it was becoming more and more challenging for me to divide my time and my energy. I'm not as young as I used to be. And even aside from that, just the way that I want to spend my time and expend my energy. And I loved my job. This was not one of those soul-sucking, I hate to go to work kind of jobs. This was not that. And that's how I knew that it was real for me, because this is a job that I could have stayed forever, theoretically. But that's not the way I'm set up. That's not the way that I'm built. That's not how it was meant to be for me. And I knew that going in, though. I knew that already. And that's why 2026 I knew would be the end time. I'm just shocked because I made a decision, and then they were like, checkmate, bitch, no, go. That part I didn't like. And this literally happened like an hour ago. And that's another thing. I already planned to start posting content onto YouTube. I had already planned. This mount that my phone is on right now, I got this mount a month ago with the idea to make videos more from a perspective, because I'm an herbalist. I'm a professional herbalist. I call myself a somatic herbalist because I'm also somatic healing facilitator, fertility support specialist certified, all these things, right? And I have one-on-one clients, I have groups, I teach classes, I write courses, all these things. This channel used to primarily be, when I was on it, was primarily about herbalism. And that's what I intended for it to be, coming back to YouTube. But when this happened today, I just was like, I gotta tell somebody. Like, on top of all the other changes in my life, like when I just went home, my husband was at his home, which is a whole other story, same street. And he came over and we had this conversation, and I just was like in shock. But now I'm less in shock and just really seeing it for what it is. You know, this is the law of balance and harmony in action. Like, this is actually happening because I made this happen. I set this in motion. I can't predict and control how people play their part in my story, but this is something that I created. And so I'm just like playing it out. I'm about to park underground, so I'm gonna cut this right now. I don't know if this will be the end of the video or I'll pick it back up maybe if I feel like talking some more. So I just came out of Whole Foods and I did want to talk some more. While I was walking around in there, I still could tell that I was in shock initially. I was just moving and doing what I was doing, and my heart was beating quickly, and I was like, girl. But then I realized like I was becoming overwhelmed. You know, not like crying or anything. I don't know. I was in shock. But as I shopped and walked around, and I realized that what I am experiencing is one of the things that I talk about and teach about, which is the fact that I made a decision, and now the fallout, if you will, from that decision is coming to be. I can't control, like I said before, how people play their part, meaning how they respond and react to certain choices that we make as individuals. But it's all a part of it still. It's still a part of it, and they had a part to play, and they made their decision. But in this moment, like now that it's been a couple hours, about 3 hours, I feel like I can now focus and do what I was setting out to do in the first place. When I was in there, like the nature of my job, what my job is that I coordinate things for people. And I'll get into what my job was and all the things that I did and why I chose that job in the first place and all that kind of stuff at another time. But it's not unusual for me to receive text messages from my colleagues because I'm kind of like in and out of other departments. And I was getting regular text messages like, can you do this? Can you let me know this? Can you cancel that? Can you check this out? And these kinds of things. And it was the first time like I was just going to ignore all work texts and let the powers that be handle that. But these are relationships that I've built with people, and I just don't want to go dark or ghost them unless it's somebody that I want to ghost. And trust me, there are those. But I responded to one of my coworkers, one of my colleagues, one of my team members, that I can't do that for you. I've just been fired. And I wasn't like, I was just, it just came out, like, oh, don't depend on me for that. Let me tell you who you can tell about that. And that happened twice while I was in the store, 2 different people. And I think each time that I sent the text and I said it, I felt a little bit better. I don't know, something about just releasing it, letting it go. Felt good. So now, as I sit here going to my next destination, And it's so funny because I had a whole list of things that I had to do for work today, places I had to go for work today. And I was in Whole Foods, like I started to feel that, oh, what time is it? Like, I'm taking too long in here. And I was like, nah. You got all the time that you need. Like, you don't have to be anywhere right now. Nobody is waiting for you to get anywhere right now. And that piece of liberation felt good, especially because I haven't felt that in so long. Like I said, I've been a business owner for a while, but also let me say that I've also been married for a long time and had a partner who was taking care of the majority of the things, and I had the freedom to have businesses that may not have been profitable. That's not true. Not to sustain my life, I guess I could say. But now things have shifted, and thankfully, so has my business. And I'm moving to a space where my income is more sustainable. And that is one of the main reasons why I was leaving anyway. And I also used to practice real estate. When the pandemic came, I stopped doing that and I let my license expire. So now I am very close to renewing my license and getting that back on track. So I had a whole plan. I do still feel blindsided because we had a date in mind that I was leaving. But the law of balance and harmony, that everything is so chaotic and feels chaotic right now because of the decision that I made to get out of my comfort zone and change what had been so supportive to me in the past. It's going to be chaotic until it aligns the way that it needs to align. Like, my outside world has to match my inside world. And I think really that has been like my biggest lesson. Like, I've been a part of, not just as somebody who has offerings into the wellness space, but I'm a client of wellness practices and being in the wellness space. And so raising my consciousness and creating my reality and all these things and manifesting and all this stuff has always been a part of my life. I am a hoodoo conjure woman as well. I come from a lineage of hoodoo conjure women. And so, metaphysical things and creating your world and manipulating energy and things like that, none of that is new to me. But I had gotten very comfortable, very complacent. I don't know if it was complacent. I always have a plan. I'm a Capricorn sun and a January Capricorn. So I've always had a plan, but you start to get comfortable. And you, in my case, like, I guess there was a period where I did lose sight of my plan. I just never had an end date for my plan until I knew. But I knew at the beginning of the year that this would be the year. And the time frame as to when that would end changed many different times. But here we are. And I'm no longer in shock. I'm feeling better. I'm getting into, like, exactly what I planned. Like, this is what I chose, and how did I choose for this to evolve and to play out is where I'm focused at right now. There is an issue up here, and I don't know if I should avert traffic or just go through it. I would like to know what's on the other side. I don't know, we'll see. I'm taking some things to a friend, a former co-worker now, who has become a friend. I'm taking some things to her in hopes that she feels better. And I have the time to do that now. Like, instantly, I'm already, like, moving into my new space. You know what I mean? Like, my new energetic space. Oh my goodness, not my work van just passed me. That is so funny. I wonder who's driving it. That is so funny. The universe will send you all of the signs. You just have to have eyes to see them. You have to be willing and able to see them. This is so crazy that we are both stuck at the light. I hope that I don't come side by side of them. This is a dangerous intersection. I need to pay attention, y'all. Hold up. Ooh, don't do it. Don't do it. Ah! That's crazy. That's a major intersection, and for some reason the lights are out and they are blinking. If it's the same up here, then I'm just out. Oh, okay, no, we're doing a little bit better. It's just a lot of traffic. Yeah, so I just wanted to come back on here and let y'all know that, because I don't know, I think when I first started this, I was very much feeling the shock of it, and just wanted to talk it out. And now I am feeling a little bit, feeling lots better. Like I'm good. I just need to re-strategize some things when I thought that I had a few more paychecks, but we good over here. We good over here regardless. But I did want to say, like, basically what this channel is about to be about. As I said, I'm a professional herbalist and I always want to heal people, so that's where I'm going to be coming from. Primarily, sometimes I'll be doing like demonstrations. Most of the time I'm going to be talking, but I won't just be talking about herbalism, because as I just said, I'm a very spiritual person, and if you go back and look at my videos, a lot of my videos from this channel I have, they're unlisted, but I think there's two primary ones, the oldest ones from like 9 years ago. One was a hoodoo honey jar spell, and the other one was a love potion. And I kept those on there. I don't know what else is on there. I think I recently put something on there because I was teaching at a festival in Erie, but I left those two old ones on there because that I need for people to, whenever they come to this channel, as it begins to develop and grow, and they want to be like, well, who is she? Like, those videos are who I am. That's who I am, and so much more. I have obviously grown and evolved in the 9 years. I think it's 9 years since those videos have been posted, and you know, I was grown then, but I'm grown now, and I've been through some things, experienced some things, got a lot. I've been able to put my spiritual practices in practice, and seeing my life change and evolve and grow, and what I'm letting you into with this whole fire and thing, and this pivotal part in my life is just a part of that. It's just another chapter in the book of all those things. So I don't know, I think I'm going to do like some vlog style. Like I said, I'll be coming from a spiritual perspective, coming from an herbalist perspective, coming from a hormone support perspective, somatic healing perspective. But with a perspective I'm never coming from is telling you what you gotta do. I'm just a healer by nature and by trade, by education, by experience, by wisdom. And so I can't do anything else but that. So I will be advice sharing and experience sharing, but you know, you do what you want to do. I'm just here to share. So that's really it. I'm gone. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I want to reintroduce myself. I am Lukisa Denise of Triple Moon Alchemy, professional herbalist of over 20 years, somatic herbalist, and fertility support specialist. You can find me all over the interwebs at Triple Moon Alchemy. I've done a lot of things. I've not done a lot of things. I've started some things. I've stopped some things. But this is a new beginning, and we just gonna see what happens.